Hey, let's build this today. I don't know how much I've changed since I last showed this. So I think the master's all new stuff. I've got this little radar spinny thingy-mabob. It doesn't actually do any radar detection, that's going to have to go somewhere else, but it spins and it looks like a radar. Got some antennas, got the beacons, all the other sensors will go up here like the... Ooh, I think this is the rain sensor. It's like a humidity sensor or something. The wind sensor, I think one of these is speed and one of them is something else. Temperature sensor, transponder locator, and antennas just for decoration. And then I went back to my cargo hold idea, except I did it right this time. So it's offset because these are the buttons to open it. So, okay, I'll show you it opening, right? So you'd think that this strip is a gap, right? There's invisible blocks through this, so you can walk all over it and not fall in, which is really great. There'll be a button up here, and there'll be buttons probably in the bridge, and most likely down here as well. So this was the captain's room. And now it's a bathroom. So this is the bathroom that would be intended for the patients and like people who are passengers sitting in this kind of area. If they really got to use the bathroom, this is the public bathroom. And then in here, well, we've got a kitchen. And so half of it's the kitchen. I guess you call it a cafeteria. The other half will be seating area. And this door goes into the kitchen's freezer. We've got a little burner here that doesn't turn on yet, but the idea is you can flick all the circle bits on. Got a sink, got a fridge, and then a freezer. And this is where you would serve all the food, and then the people can just come up and take what they want, and then there'll be seats and things around here. Then this goes into the cargo hold. So it's a little bit offset mainly because of that room that was in there. Well, like 100% because of that room. But yeah, I've just put some fake boxes in here. Looks like we're hauling some sort of basic supplies for our trip. And there's a little space around the corner where you can hide. Got that kind of like Metal Gear Solid sneaking theme carrying on into the boat, into the ship. If we come down here, we've still got access into the engine room. I don't think any of this has changed. But now we can go downstairs again. And under this lumpy bit is my bow thrusters. This will probably become the bilge pump room because that was what was going here. And then in the back, we have crew quarters. So we've got 8 beds in total. So every bed has got its own Arctic clothing, its own, there's an equipment slot here. There's a button which will turn on that light. And then they get their own locker, which is like just for looks. Got little ladders to climb up. And then in here we have the crew bathroom. So they've got a bit of a bigger bathroom that comes with a shower. This window is going to be XML to be like a big glass pane to stop the shower from spraying out here, you know. And then this room is the captain's quarters now. So captain still gets their own room. They've got a lot more equipment. I've put a gun in here because I always seem to need a gun. And then 2 big lockers. And the same thing with the button and the lights. And so I want to use this space down here as like a crew seating, relaxing area. I think the crew would still use the kitchen upstairs for meals. Maybe they could bring them down here, but this is, you know, a private space for the crew. So that's all I've done so far, I think. Now, I was testing this. I got a recommendation to double the amount of pistons, so I have this engine configuration as well. Oop. So 2 sets of 4. It definitely makes more power for like no extra fuel as far as I can tell. But it just takes up way more space. And I wasn't able to keep my rails and walkways in the same kind of configuration. and I would really much rather have it set up where I've got walkways all the way around. Maybe I can put on another 2 pistons up the front and try and get a bit more power out of them, but having 4 more is kind of like, yeah, it just ruins this layout that I wanted. And then I guess it because you might be wondering, how did I get those extra rooms down there? Because wasn't it all short before? And it was. And then I thought, I only have to add another 2 blocks basically to get another room or another floor. And I needed more fluid jets to increase my overall speed. I needed proper rudders. So I ended up building all these things and like putting fins and these barrels all the way through here to keep the, it's basically a weighted keel type situation. So I'm not sure if I should use that double engine. I probably won't, but this has all the same things. But in this one I have started putting in, this is the roll stabilizer here. So here, it's basically 3 tracks. They can go back and forwards, and then a huge line of barrels the whole way, basically the whole way up the ship until it starts to narrow off at the front. And that will just, you know, be able to rock back and forwards. And then here we've got the bow thruster. This is just a nice little hole in the hull. It has 2 Azzies in there. And then what I plan to do is use the fluid jets and get them to divert left or right, and then use the bow thrusters as well. And I think, so that'll be like the strafing mode. If you were to push like A and D, you would just go directly sideways. And then I might also make a mode that when you're sitting still, so like if your forward speed is below 10 knots or something, when you turn left and right, the bow thrusters turn on as well. And that would let you turn on the spot if you are sitting still, because they'll just be on a clutch. So yeah, I'm just going to continue building this thing out. So I was building in the kitchen before. This is obviously a lot of space to be taking up here. And I wanted to paint in some lockers or something onto this wall, but I need to put in the tables and chairs first, sort of solidify where that is going. It could be just one long table in here, although I need seats. Would I make like a, how can I make this into like a stool looking thing? I could just give it some little legs. What if it was one of those taller stools? Maybe like that. That doesn't actually look too bad. And then I reckon use doors for the table, just so you can get a rounded edge. So let's say I'm going to do this for now, but it could easily be replaced. So if I give myself 3 around the edges for walking space. That's actually a really big table. Try and space these seats out a little bit. And then I think when I put the table in, it's going to freak out and not going to let me do it. So I need to take this. Yep. It's actually taller than this bench as well anyway. The only way around this is to like slide the chairs in, or to make the table smaller, which isn't probably the worst idea. It's kind of more like a bar now though, if you do this. Do you think that's okay? I wonder if this would actually have this kind of thing supporting it. That's kind of dumb. It'd probably be better if it was rockets. No. Pipes. Maybe I should just use these. It's a very long table. Ooh. Yeah, it's not bad. I think the legs are a bit dodgy. I think it's okay though. Like, I don't really care about this space. If I get a really good idea, I'll come and like fix it completely, but otherwise just hide some things. Oh, I'd really like it to do that. Actually, how did I get it to do that? There must be, yeah, there are windows that go to nowhere. I will do that. Windows to nowhere, please. Yeah, that's better. So what I wanted heaps of like lockers along this. So what I've been doing is going two in from the top, two in from the sides, but not from the bottom, because a lot of the times with the bottom, I think the fridge is the only one where I've gone really low, but all the other cabinets I've painted, they have this block at the very bottom. So coming right down has been all right. So that is the space. Now the fridge does this where it's like two doors that close right next to each other, but all the other lockers I've done have a gap between them, so I'm not sure if I should do that, have a gap, or if they should be right next to each other. So this is 6 wide here, and then if I go to here, so that's 9, 18, 24. So do I make panels of 24 long? Then I end up with either this little sliver, or if I move it all across, then I might have it perfectly spaced out. Because, you know, I'd have to move this across. I kind of don't want these ones to have visible hinges, but I want them to look like something. I guess right now I'm just outlining where all the doors and paintable stuff will go. Because when you come to look at it in game, depending on how I paint the walls and things and where other stuff gets placed, I might want to do them in a different style, or then the line work might need to change a little bit. I think that's right. 3 little cupboard things, lockers, and then in here I could put a table, or I kind of want to put one of those life rings, but I don't know how useful that is inside. Like very inside the depths of the ship. This is all fine, this is all fine, everything's fine. Looking at it like this makes me want to paint it. I really want to do like an angled thing and then bring the color all the way up. Maybe like that. It's not bad. I thought it would be better, but it's not even that bad. I could even make this one go back. Okay, that's kind of bad. Oh, but that's kind of good. I like that. Anyway, I think this front section here is kind of going to just be nothing. I don't know what I could put in here. I don't have an anchor anywhere. That could be an anchor position. Because I think this will have to be walled off. I don't see it as being a very useful space. So this is going to be the hangout area. And the easy thing to do here... Oh, man. Usually I sub to my own things so I don't have to find them in here, because they're always like a slightly different version. See, which version is this? This is the one with a gripper. I do not like the one with the gripper. The one with the gripper is the one that I put on the workshop for other people. Because why would I give you my good things? That's not what happened. The reason is because let me tell you, what is this? Oh, this must be a brake and a gripper. The reason is because it was compact. See, this one has an electrical connector, and then it makes the actual seat like real fat. So the downside of the gripper is that if it doesn't, there's no like automatic sliding feature if it's not got the magnets on it. It's probably not an issue on a boat, I suppose. If you use electrical connectors, they're going to be naturally, I suppose, magnetized towards each other. So even if you spawn a thing like this and it sits, the things are going to connect. but if you use a gripper, there's a good chance that you might have to come and push that seat in manually. And that's the kind of thing I don't want to have happen. I mean, it fits here though, doesn't it? It's so hard to build stuff when you've got like the floor of the floor above you coming into your view all the time. I reckon I can get it to fit in there. Can I just like... This doesn't work, does it, like this? Yeah, it like puts it all back. That's real useless. Thanks. Thanks for being useless. So yeah, I want something like this, and then maybe I can put like a TV or... I don't know, would you put a TV in there? Maybe you would wall this off as well. Like this probably needs a door on it so that people don't just walk in here, but at the same time, I feel like I just like that this is open. But yeah, I could put a door on this. I don't really want a door. I hate doors, you know. Doors piss me off. Okay, how about a seat? If it's just there, it really feels like the space is being wasted. Okay, what I should do is like one couch on one side, another couch on the other side, a coffee table in the middle, and then put a big TV up here. I think that makes sense. So ideally it would go there. I need to find out what's clipping though. So I should just start deleting pieces I'm pretty sure I don't need, and then they can just be filled in with the wall, the outer hull. I don't think any of that's needed. I think that's the hard point. So if I spin the hard point, because I don't need this slot here. Wait, how am I getting... I can't put it here, but I can put it here. That's weird. Alright. Well, it doesn't want to go in. Damn, it really is the hard point over this section, I think. It's not the connecting part, it's the other part. Unless that's just a block. Could be just blocks. Like that. Oh, I took some of the hull. Damn it. Wait, where is that gone? Oh man, I really screwed up now. Okay, hopefully this is it. Yep. Yes, okay. Quick. Connect it and forget about it. And I've been filling in all the spots I can. And I'm going to need to use some XML stretched pieces to fill in some of this. Very annoying, to be honest. There's just no good pieces that you can get because the rocket booster is the only other circular piece, and it leaves that big black ring with a grey interior. That's not what I want. I think that will be fine there. And then this one's... Oh yeah, I can probably get away with that. Yeah, so one couch, and then I think, you know, I could cut into this because the only thing that's behind there is like the tube for the bow thruster. Get the biggest display. I think this display costs like, what was it? 20,000 just for the display. Is it worth it? It's like a home theater system, and you can't even like watch movies on it. Is there like a way to play MP4s or something on a display? That'd be cool if we could load. Oh man, imagine. I wonder if you can do it with a Lure add-on and like get a HTTP request to a YouTube video or something. I should just be able to flip this and it should slot in exactly on the other side. Why is it not slotting in exactly? I think it is, and the widget's replacing. Oh, it's not. Huh. Wait, why is it not? Is this all munched? No. What? What have we got? From the hardpoint, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hardpoint, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is here. Oh, because it's just cut part of the hull. Okay. And then I can just cover up that. Cover up this, which is like a wall on the other side. And then we've got seating. I think the door for a table is good. I won't be able to make this really low, I don't think. You know, like a coffee table would probably be at this sort of height. Like that. And then it needs some legs. Friction pads would not work because they're a little short. Gearboxes? No, they're a little fat. Boosters are quite good. I think I need to like flip it up the other way if I want to get any of those big circular pieces to connect. Man, nozzles would be the best, wouldn't they? But it comes down. Should I just do nozzles? And then I just have to go blop, blop, cover up those, and then I can XML some pieces into that. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. It doesn't automatically slide into place. You have to come and push some of those. I feel like the table could be a little bit wider, but at the same time, it's like, I think you should be able to walk around it real easily, so maybe it's okay. It looks pretty cool. I'd be pretty happy if I was crew on this ship and this is what you like walked into if you're like coming off. Wait, there's a missing step. If you're like coming off shift or something and just like, oh, I just want to blob out. You just bloop. I think it's really cool. So we'll get a XML'd block. I could be real. Yeah, I should try and be as frugal. Is frugal the word? I should try and be as frugal as I can about this. So this is a 5 wedge. I could use a block, but actually it's probably better to use wedges for hiding XML stuff. They are just lighter, I suppose. Like that's all it is. If you're just using it to hide something, why not use the lightest component you've got? And you'll never know. I want to hide all this, but I might have to cut the wall out a little bit. I might have to move that TV back. Isn't a big deal, I don't think, because there's so much space behind there. What's it destroying? A little bit of roof and a little bit of wedges. So, we'll cut just the TV part and then manually do the other bits. Put those back, cut that, cut this. Wedge, wedge. Fill that in. Yeah, that's good. I like that. I don't know what to put here. Maybe I just put a little cabinet or something. I need another door, I think. A door's not going to fit in here, though. I'd have to lift it up. Do I lift it up? It would mean putting like a staircase and then lifting all this up and then hinging the door that way. Is that okay? That kind of seems a bit strange. And then in here could be a bunch of pumps. The alternative is to make a custom door because you can make them too wide. And then you still need a third. You need like a third, a fourth, and a fifth extra blocks. So you end up with a 5 long anyway because you need to have a door frame. But the door frame can be in the wall. I think I'll just do that, you know. That should be fine. It's just going to be bilge pumps in here. Little bilge pump room. And because I think that kind of means that this space is pretty much done. There's a couple of other things I wanted to do for decorative stuff, like this speaker. I should make some big theater speakers. Let's make a speaker that I can have as a separate vehicle. So, speaker. I think I want to do like a little speaker and then a big speaker. Do you know, like a big speaker? And then they can go in a little box thing. Use a door and chuck this down at the bottom. That can be the bottom. This can actually go there, and then I guess those other ones would probably be invisible blocks like this. And then this speaker gets real massive. Let's just do one speaker for now. Save speaker. Hopefully this is an easy one. When my VS Code, whoa, what is this? Oh, that's the ship. One speaker. Man, look at all these properties. What is all this? Why does a speaker have the lever values? Thresholds, KI, KB, KD. What is all this stuff? Anyway, sidetrack. I think this needs to, if I make it 2, it gets wide. So I'm thinking if I can get it to be like 2 wide, that could be real interesting. Like a 2x2. Like that. I think that's a good size. Oops. But what happens? Oh, ooh. Oh, and they merge. That's really nice. The thing is, though, like, it's going to be sitting inside something, basically. A door might even be a good solution for this. Ooh. Ooh. Door. I need to make these doors slightly wider. Does that look cool? I need like a subwoofer. How do I make a subwoofer? It's just this, isn't it? Just a bigger one of this. Hmm. I think I would need to put doors all the way around it. It's kind of sucks. But it's good that there is a solution, you know, like... This looks crazy. I don't like it because it's got this very clear grey border and it looks super jank. If it was like black or something, maybe it would look a bit nicer. That's the right size though, that's the other thing. If I make them bigger, if I make them like 3x3, then they'll overlap each other or I'll only get one. I think I just have to live with the grey edge because there's no other piece that gives you half of a like stepped up thing that's not going to have any clipping issues. But let's put some more speakers in. You know, you would have little speakers as well, wouldn't you? And would you have surround sound? Would you wall this off? I don't think you might wall that off. Oh, maybe I put them in here so they're like pointing up. Sound bars are all the rage these days, and they just have speakers pointing up. I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not sure what I want about this though, because I could do that, and it kind of makes it a bit more open, but you still get the like enclosed area. And then for here, I need to XML a piece. So it's 3x5, 1 block. Ooh, that's pretty close. Change one of them to a 5. I think that's exactly what I need. Huh? Sheesh. Wait. Oh, there we go. I was going to say it's not done it, but... Yep. Easy peasy. I probably... I'm going to need to do that sort of thing. I'm going to need to put a desk or something in here. Maybe another couch. Maybe so it's like, yeah, here's the... Everyone is watching TV or whatever room. And then maybe there's a small chair here. So if you just wanted to have a small conversation or like a small group, 2 or 3 people have a conversation here. I still got to figure out where to put equipment and everything. Oh, I need to move this door as well. I've just realized the reason it looks kind of goofy is because you can't see the step. Huh, there you go. Okay, that's all done. These are basically done. I think I want to put like another decorative cupboard in the very back here. The crew quarters. What if I put a like a copy of this eating area, but a very small one down in the crew quarters? So, you know, if the crew just want to have their own little space to eat, it's probably only need to have like 2 seats or something. I think that's a good idea. Like if you You're not necessarily like if you're not eating a meal, but you just have something you want to eat and you don't want to sit up with all the peasants. Yeah, maybe something like this. Maybe is 2 things enough for a table, or should it be a bit more? Bring it out a bit. There you go. I might send this straight into the side like that. Like that. No, I think I need a wedge or something. Yeah. And then I could do this. I think that's the idea. And then I could put some equipment up in this slot. The idea with this is, you know, pump room. So that's only going to leave me that very end piece for pumps. This is pretty cool. I feel like it should have some shelves or something, or some artwork, you know, like a big movie poster. Maybe I should put a movie poster. Oh, I should put a poster. What's in here? Nothing. Okay. Leave a comment. A good poster. The poster I'm thinking of is the one for Metal Gear Solid 5, because it was more like an Easter egg thing. But if there's a good movie poster that I could fit in here, it has to fit in like 4x5 or something. You've only got 5 blocks of height for pixel art. So if you've got a 5 blocks of art idea of a movie poster, leave a comment and maybe I'll put it in there. So I think that's done. Then we've got... Oh, what's happened here? Everything up here is basically done. The bathrooms are done. I'm not spending too much time on these sort of things. The kitchen, I would say, is pretty much done. Pretty much all of this is pretty much done. It's all like little things that I would add later. It's just the engine area that needs working, I guess. So on the left, I've got kilometers. On the right, I've got knots. 0, I'm pretty sure it can only do like 40 knots. And it slows down after a while, which I think is something to do with the pressure dropping. And I'm not sure if I just need to add more water. I think I do. I get the feeling that the pressure drops because the amount of water it has to boil is less. So to fix that, get a tank. I think it only has to be a small tank like this, and then the boiler is the bottom one, and I think it's this one, water in. Yeah, so I wonder if I add this like before the pump, you know? I wish we had some nicer looking pumps. Okay, so it's going to go condenser and tank, pump, and then back into the boiler. Still don't really like that. I can work on it, you know. I can do something better than that. So let's see how fast it'll go. Oh, we're going. Okay. So there's always like a little initial burst of speed with this, and then it slows down. Then it will kind of go to consistent speed for a while, and then it will slow down again. So I'm going to point it over here to the right, because that just goes off into the ocean. Got a real mean turning angle. Hopefully that all gets fixed when I turn on the stabilizers, which is something I could probably do today actually. Roll it back up. And then we just need to kind of let it run. And it's not even sitting too low compared to where I want it to be. So I think there's not actually too much more decoration I need to do. The only thing I really want to do, or the only thing I know I want to do, is in the engine room, I want to put a backup generator. So that if anything just like stops working, or I run out of electricity for some reason, then I can turn on a small modular engine that has its own fuel tank and things, and then that can start putting electricity into the battery, which will then allow everything else to start. And that would go down by the battery, and I want to frame it and box it all in so it's like a portable generator thing that's been inserted into the ship. Yeah, speed 32 knots, 61 k's, and that will slow down as time goes on. So my options, redesign my engine room and have 4 more pistons, which will get me up into like 100 k's. So close to double what my top speed is. Like double what I currently have. Or not do anything and just accept my fate that this ship is going to be kind of slow relative to the rib. Or I just add like 1 or 2 more pistons onto here and then move where these lines are. I can't really move anything backwards, and I can't add any more pistons at the back, but I could add, I think I could reasonably add 2 more pistons, and then you'd have a bit more of like walking around things to do, which would give me, I guess, a 50% increase versus 100%. Do you know what I mean? Let's check the pressure though, because you see they're really slowing down. Apparently that's okay, but pressure is 0.3. Yeah, okay, so the fluid that's turned into steam that leaves the system, I think that causes the pressure to drop. But now because the fluid volume is always like maxed out in the boiler, the pressure seems to be staying high and the steam seems to be staying high. Which could have been where I was losing that speed once I had been going for a while, if enough water came out of the boiler and turned into steam and then was being sent through the system and not being turned back into water fast enough. That might have been where the performance was going. So now, yeah, I'd say it's kind of stable. 60 k's, 30 knots. And I think it will go a little bit faster if I can get it lifted out of the water a bit. I want to have where that black line is, that's like just got to be above the water level, above the water line, which would reduce a bit of drag and hopefully give me a bit more top speed. It's not bad though, eh? In 100% wind, it does some funny stuff because I think there's so much weight in the front. This is just the wind pushing it over. This is just the wind. I'm not turning anymore. The wind is just pushing me over. Oh, I need a horn. I need like a fog horn. So I can be like, bump, 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 bump. Oh, listen to that propeller. Yeah. I'm glad I don't have a propeller. Yeah, we've slowed down a bit now. I don't know if that's to do with the wind. But I think it's just like, as time goes on, the steam pistons start to lose power for some reason. Yeah, see, we're losing steam and we're losing pressure, and I'm not sure where that is. Maybe in the condenser? Where is all the steam going? We've definitely taken water out of this tank and put it into the boiler. I don't know where the steam's going. It's not like in the pipes somewhere. Maybe I need to check and see if I've got pumps working. I know there's a pump there which pumps the steam into the piston, but then I don't know if there's a pump pulling it out of the piston. I guess it's, well, yeah, there's this one pulling water out of the condenser, but the condenser's also not turning all that steam back into water, so that's not working at the most efficient way it can. It's not working as efficiently as it could be. If I can lower the temperature on the condenser, maybe I'll see performance increase. Right, now my steam pressure and my pressure are back up. So am I going faster now then? Nope, definitely not going faster. We're even going with the wind. We've got a tailwind and we're going slower. Will it speed up with 0% wind? Nope, it won't. It's slowing down even more. I think this is related to steam getting stuck in the piston. So to solve this, we need to change what's happening in this thing. I think the fluid going to air is not good enough. And also possibly it's only one pump, and it's not happy about that. How can I get a second pump in here without making it look weird? Also, should I just try and add more pistons? It'd be real good if they like labeled these better. Steam out. Yeah, see, do I want to do that? That looks kind of weird. I think one more is okay, but more than that gets very strange looking. Okay, this is just a test run. I might even do the 2 sets of 4. It'll just mean that I have to completely rebuild the engine room, and I don't want to. So I'm pumping steam in, so now I should be pumping steam out. So I find where this pipe goes. I think it's just that one. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Yep, I thought I did have a pump on this, but I guess not. I can just chuck it in here. Shoop. And then I need a pump for seawater would be a better cooling solution. Maybe I can just, let's say temporarily, I'm going to chuck them into temporarily. I'm just going to send these into the water, into the ocean. I think I'll use the big pumps as well. Pumps are so annoying to work with. They just don't want to do what you want them to do. I'm a little bit hesitant about doing seawater cooling. Oh, wait. I need to come over here. Because I don't like that there's the possibility that I could jump out of the water and suddenly lose all my cooling. Okay, temporary. Temporary. Grab this and go that one and that one. That pump's going. We've got 5 pistons now. Let's say if I can't get up to 70 kilometers with the extra piston, I kind of know it's not going to be able to. I really think I'm going to have to go with 2 banks of pistons. Oh, it's going. It looks like it's going really fast as well. Oh no, I'm dumb. I didn't do the piston offset. Oh no. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Look how much it fluctuates. More pistons gives you a more stable output. How do I do this? Basically, you take the number of pistons you've got and then you divide it by 5. You divide the offset by how many pistons you've got. So if this is 0, then blah, 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 blah. I need to go to like 20, right? This will go 20. Is that right? And then this will go negative 20. I can't get it to negative 20? Oh, man. There we go. So 0, 20, negative 20, 40, and negative 40. I think that's how that works. It doesn't look like it would work though. It looks real weird. It's like the first one's real high, and the second 2 are kind of low, and then the very last 2 are really low. I think it should have been like negative 40 on the second one, and then negative 20 on the last one. Oh, look at that. It kind of looks like they're working. This is the same speed as before. I guess it just makes it more stable. It's not going to fluctuate as much with more pistons. 60 kilometers? I wanted to be doing 70. $30 knots. So the rib is still faster, which I mean, that makes sense. It makes sense that you would have a big ship. You drive the big ship long range to get the fuel efficiency, and then you deploy the rib, the fast, nimble ship at the mission area. Okay, well, hold on. I want to try and set these piston rotation. What are they? Piston rotation offsets. Because I think what I should have done is gone 0 in the middle, and then plus 20 here, then negative 20 there. How about negative 40? And then this one would be plus 40. And then this one would be, so it's like 40, 20, 0. This one should be 20. And then this one should be negative 40. I might have got some of that mixed up. But I'll test this. If it can't do 70 Ks, I don't know, do you think I should? I feel like, do I want the aesthetics of the engine room or do I want the high speed? Because I think I want the aesthetics of the engine room more than I want high speed. If I got really desperate, I could always hide some ducted fans. Okay, I'm going to turn this on, and while this is heating up, I'm going to get my other rib, the lesser known cousin. I don't know if I'm even subbed to this. I'm not. Okay. The Titan 4. This is like the better rib. The rib that's way better than the starter rib. I think it costs a lot more, but it's got 2 outboards. It does have a radar that I didn't do. But it controls way better. And you get to like sit down in it, and it's got a window. Very cool. I like this. I like this rib. I don't know if it's got, no, it's got none of the hard points. It's got a track though on it. Oh, this is the one. This is the one that's got the. This costs 41,000. This is the one that I did the bilge pump tutorial with, I think. Yeah, so you've got a lower engine, so the engines pop up, which is excellent for towing, and then you put it down, and the engines tilt on this one. So the engines are the pitch stabilizer. If you get launched out of the air. Wait, one of them, I don't know if they're supposed to be independent. They look like they're going independently. See that one on the right looks like it's going down a lot more. What the hell? Something weird's going on here. There's something so broken about this. Actually, this doesn't handle very well. This seems super broken. I don't know what's going on. The idea with this is that, I don't know what the idea with this is. But I wonder if, does this fit? It should be similar dimensions. Hold on, I'm going to turn vehicle damage off. Yeah. I don't know where the brake for this is. Oh, that's system toggle. Could be one of those. Let's grab a rope. Bring this with us. Ooh, what was that? 70? It like suddenly shot up. 60. Okay, so we're doing 65, 66 kilometers. That's really close to what I wanted to be doing. I'm gonna see a rib. Go have a look at this engine. See if the boiler pressure and the temperature is stable and the amount of steam is stable. It looks okay. The thing about this as well, yeah, before the coolant, like coolant A was spiking and coolant B was doing nothing, but now that I've got a pump on both in and out, the temperature's not too much different with seawater cooling, and I think that's because the condenser is beside these things. Maybe I need to move the condenser up there. You see the fluid volume is not changing much. Something weird's going on with these doors. I think you can get stuck in them real easy. Well, I'm just going to let this run for a bit and see if the top speed drops over quite a long distance, and I'll see how far I can actually run it for on that small diesel fuel tank. It'll give me a good indication of what my max range will be. Hopefully I can start using this in career mode as well, so that would be really good. So thanks for watching. I'll see you later.